Viva Venezuela Resistencia! This is our message tonight. Viva Venezuela Resistencia. We're going to be saying it a lot. Greetings, I'm Sara Flounders. I'm helping to coordinate tonight's event, and I'm also part of the United National Anti-War Coalition, a contributing editor to Workers' World newspaper, part of the Sanctions Kill campaign. And there are people's movements that are gathered here tonight, and it's our message to the people of the world: resistance, resistance. It's a message of the armed people's militia, 5 million strong, organized block by block at the grassroots level in Venezuela today. It's resistencia. It's the message. It's a message of Gaza, in the tunnels, in desperate food lines, resistance. It's a message of the Gaza flotilla as they edge closer and closer to Gaza. It's resistance, people's resistance. It's a message of the port workers threatening to shut down Genoa and the ports of Europe if that flotilla is touched. Resistance. And it's a message all around the world. It's a message of decades of Cubans fighting the blockade. It's a message in Nicaragua. We have no weapon against the greatest military onslaught in the world today from the Pentagon, as Trump reminded us. Now, there may be disruptions tonight, and if so, we ask everyone to stay in your seats, be disciplined. We have security here. Our role is to chant loud and strong, so let me hear it. Viva Venezuela Resistencia! Viva Venezuela Resistencia! So it's an honor to take part in this meeting tonight. It's a movement of enormous threat right now to the Bolivarian revolution. Trump's message at the UN restated in every way how real that threat is. He said, "We will use the supreme power of the U.S. military. We will blow you out of existence." That was the message from Trump. And Venezuela's response is a bold people's mobilization in Venezuela and internationally. And we are part of that tonight. The Bolivarian Revolution is really showing the way, and the best way, the only way forward to survive this U.S. imperialist onslaught is unity. That's the only way. Neither silence or caution will score any points with these fascists. They're coming after all of us, and the only possible response is greater unity and building collective resistance.
Solidarity!
Solidarity! Unity! Unity! So let's be visible and strong and together. That will inspire others. This is imperialism's death throes. They have no solutions, so they threaten the world. They're hated by the world. In the global south and right here, it's going in another direction. U.S. imperialism can't stop it, so let's move forward together, the only way, with our full resistance.
All right. Good evening. Good evening. All right. It's really great to see you all here. I'm excited to be here. My name is Gail Walker. I'm the former director of IFCO Pastors for Peace. I wanted to come and participate with my dear friend Tom and Sara to help facilitate tonight's activities. This is a really important time here in New York as our friends gather and fight the imperial powers, gather at the United Nations, and we're here to raise our voice in support of our friends who are fighting imperialism, whether that be Venezuela, Nicaragua, Palestine, Cuba, and all others fighting against the imperial power. So thank you for being here. Again, good evening. Good evening. All right.
Solidarity. Give me a second. There we go. When Venezuela is under attack, what do we do? When Venezuela is under attack, what do we do? I said, when Venezuela is under attack, what do we do? All right, solidarity. So my name is Tom Burke. I'm a trade unionist, if you couldn't tell. I have been down to Venezuela 4 times now with my friend Dozthor Zurlent, who's going to speak to you. And I have to tell you, there's a revolution happening in Venezuela, the Bolivarian Revolution. We visited the factories where workers are organized to run those factories and manage those factories. We've been to communities where women are building construction sites like you couldn't believe, big, bold, and beautiful housing for millions of people. We visited the halls of power and were welcomed by the mayor of Caracas and other officials. The presidency of Maduro, the worker president, followed the Comandante Chavez presidency. And it's that civilian-military alliance that the U.S. fears so much. They fear the example of a new society that is democratic and challenges the rich people. They fear a society where the militia is led by women my age, all over the country, capture U.S. invaders and Colombian invaders. That's right, clap for those women. Clap for those mothers and grandmothers. They are not going to allow Donald Trump and his frat boys from Wall Street to take over their country. It's not happening. They're going to fail. Trump is a big failure and the whole world sees it. They're going down. Like Sara said, the system is failing and we're here inside the belly of the beast to topple it over. That's who we are in this room. So thank you for being here tonight. We want to welcome up our 2 special friends from Venezuela. Many of you know them already. One is Dozthor Zurlent with the Simón Bolívar Institute, and the other is William Camacaro from the Bolivarian Circle here in New York. If Dozthor and William will join us, please give them a warm welcome. Solidarity!
I am going to try to express a little bit of what I'm feeling tonight by seeing you guys over here joining us in this struggle for peace, for unity, because this is what we are doing today. We are celebrating peace and unity, but we are willing to take arms to do so. That's right. Humankind has achieved a lot of things, some of them wonderful things in favor of all, and some of them have been horrible too. But I wonder if you have ever thought about primitive humans creating languages, learning about what kind of food, what kind of things in nature you could eat, learning to communicate to each other. And if we take that perspective and think about all of what we have done up to today, you may wonder, what has made us so individualistic, so egotistic, so lack of concern about others' fate? And there is no other response but fascism, oppression, supremacism, and the traditional politics of those ones who have oppressed the humankind. So what we are doing today is not only celebrating peace and unity, but also learning about a new paradigm. We are building a new paradigm today to understand humanity. A little bit over 200 years ago, an ideological paradigm emerged, and it made us understand better what capitalism was about. It created a sense of panic in the powerful people dominating the world. It made them create a variety of ideologies and methods, and new methods to oppress us. And we can see that those ideologies have been, still today, being used to dominate us through subtle and sometimes not so obvious ways, but also in very oppressive and clear-sight genocides, like today in Palestine. But it's fascism anyway. And there are different names: Zionism, Phalangism, National Socialism, traditional fascism. But in essence, they are pretty much the same. They are ideologies and methods to oppress the people. Racism and supremacism, aporophobic, and some other terms are common among them. So what we are going to do today is to celebrate the possibility of we understanding that we have to fight together to build the society that we want to live in. It's not about a fragment of socialism over here or a fragment of socialism over there. It's the socialism that we need to build together. And to build socialism, we need to understand that we need to defeat fascism that is hiding in Wall Street, that is hiding in the Federal Reserve, that is hiding under the control of the real estate, the big real estate, that is hiding behind the corporate media, that is hiding behind the banks, that is hiding behind the entertainment industry, pretty much behind any little bit of peace that generates real power. If we don't understand these things and we think that the problem is Trump, then we are never going to achieve victory. It's not about Trump.
That's right.
Trump will be gone in a few years. Hopefully, I better not say anything. But fascism will still be there. So, what we are trying to build in Venezuela is a society that is based on popular power, that is based on an understanding that to those powerful factors in the world, those that cannot be defeated, there is a clear response. That clear response is popular organization, clear ideas of who we're fighting against, and the creation of real popular power. big empires have been defeated when small groups of determined people have united, have had clear ideas of what they want to achieve, and have been willing to make sacrifices to achieve victory. Thank you very much.
I want to basically thanks to everybody to show up for this important moment in solidarity with Venezuela and the city of New York. I know almost all of you, and I have been in solidarity with Venezuela for more than, we say almost 30 years. And I remember when everything started, I really don't want to get involved. But Pastor Luis Barrios, some of you, was pushing me. And he was basically obligating me to be involved and to talk about Venezuela, because a military that was a little strange took power in Venezuela at that time. A military that everybody at that time thought that was the right wing. But we knew that was a different kind of military, and that was Hugo Chavez. So, and since that happened, we have been walking, marching, organizing demos, forums, all kind of gathering in support of the Bolivarian Revolution. And you have been, many of you, I remember, walking shoulder with Venezuela to protest against the United Nations, against the USA interventions. And I remember so many of those marches that we had from Times Square to the USA mission at the United Nations. I remember that I was a little nervous to ask Ramsey Clark to go with us to protest against the USA mission at the United Nations. And I didn't want it to talk, and he said, Ramsey, can you be with us in the protest against the USA mission at the United Nations? And he said immediately, of course, when that will happen. So he showed up, he get there, and he delivered the message, the statement that we have. Supposedly, I was supposed to deliver the message with Ramsey Clark, but they stopped us and they said only one person can deliver the message. And then, basically, I said, Ramsey, you should do it because you are much, much important than me. And he said, yes, I will do it. So, and I said, I have a 3-color jacket. Can you use this 3-color jacket? And he said, yes, but what's my jacket? He was a little taller, much bigger. And he made a big effort, and he accommodated himself inside of the jacket. That was a little funny. And he get inside and deliver the message to the mission of United States and the United Nations. And I remember D12 was with us, answered. Many people that I can see were here. And that was a great moment. So during all these years, also I have been organizing delegations to Venezuela for almost 20 years. Usually when I go to Venezuela, I stay in Caracas 2 days, 3 days, and then we spend most of the time outside in the countryside, meeting with the campesinos, with the fishermen. And I remember that one time we went to Carabobo, and we visited a farm called Montesacro that is in Chirgua, Carabobo State. And Montesacro basically is a farm that was owned by Simón Bolívar family. But for something happened, and at the end, the owner of the farm was Rockefeller. And we had the possibility there with all this delegation of people from the United States to meet with those people that used to work for Rockefeller and Dog Farm. All of them very old, very elderly, when they're very old, yes. And then some of them said to us, oh, we have postcards that Rockefeller sent to us. Oh, we want to see those postcards. So they immediately got all those postcards. And we were very enthusiastic because we wanted to see those postcards. So those postcards that were sent from Rockefeller, from New York to Venezuela, to those Venezuelan peasants, basically were military bases, all of them. And nothing was in Spanish. For people that don't even knew at that time to write in Spanish. So, and everybody was surprised to see the signature of Rockefeller and the postcard, but nothing else. Then I learned there that that farm that was owned by Rockefeller basically produced some kind of chili that is used to make pepper gas. And that pepper gas was used to kill all those people in Ithaca prison when Rockefeller was the governor of this state. So can you see the connection? I have to ask Roger because I didn't remember the name of the prison. I said, hey, can you remember me the name of the prison that was where a bunch of people were killed by Rockefeller? Attica. Yes, Attica. Sorry, it's Ithaca. Attica. So basically, that is the connection. So we have so many connections. And so basically, my message is that we are facing right now one of the most difficult moments since we started this path. United States is a threat not only for Venezuela, but it's also a threat to Cuba, Nicaragua, and to the entire continent. So we need to be alert. We need to be fighting back in support of the struggle in South America. And more than ever, we need to be out and support everybody in this struggle because what we are facing is out of proportion. I just here, guys, to ask you that be with us in this coming 30 years, in this coming years, because we need you